Welcome back, futsal fanatics, to another edition of the Football Town Show. This week, we're looking at the wrap-up from round one of the FOS Cup. To kick it all off, it's Pascoe Vale taking on a Brunswick in a highly anticipated clash. Then Lubomir Rakovic's Essendon have a tough task in taking on the Premiers North Melbourne. And what a treat we have for you. The inaugural League Cup final is your match of the round. It took place a week and a half ago. Tune in just a few minutes time. We will see all the action and find out who took home the inaugural League Cup and $3,000 prize money. Ashburton take on Paran. These two teams met in league football just a week ago, but who will take out the honours in knockout futsal? It is the FOS Cup round, and to wrap it all up, well, another derby classic as the Sky Blues of Metro face a tough task in Baldwin. Oh, how much do we love this business end of the season, cup time. Last week, round 22 was wrapped up. We found out who was heading to Cup glory and who was heading into the relegation battles. Of course, Richmond, well, they were always doomed down to the bottom of the ladder in the State League. And Brimbank, Mickleham, and surprisingly Fitzroy find themselves battling it out in the relegation battles. Of course, they take place over two legs, but the FOS Cup is all about knockout futsal, and Brunswick were not about to let the opportunity slip through their hands. It was Antonius Apostolakis who got them off to a flying start. Of course, Brunswick's season had been ravaged through injuries. It seemed as if they were doomed to relegation battles, and only in the final weeks of league football did they secure their place in the FOS Cup. They took on old-time rivals Pascoe Vale in this first round. Of course, Brunswick famously took it to Pascoe Vale. It was a 3-3 draw, which held the title back from Pascoe Vale. It seemed like they had the recipe to do it once again. The Punisher Mikey Sharples taking on Husseini quite easily. A bit of argy-bargy after that one into the back of the net. Mark Capsy Burton's earlier equaliser, well, it didn't seem to count for much until who else but the controversial one himself, Adam Husseini. He's notorious as a big game player, tends to get under the skin of opponents. However, it seemed Matty Pigger was finally going to get one up on the long legs himself, putting Brunswick 3-2 ahead with an absolute cracker. Brunswick pushed and pushed to open up the gap, but Pascoe Vale, as usual, just too much class out there. It was Jimmy Blackburn who set up the top goal scorer of the 11-12 season, Joel Golden Boy de Silva. Next up, it was his good friend Andre Caro who gave him the lead, and it was enough to take him over the edge. A red card to Ricky Castro in the dying seconds pretty much summed up the night for CF Brunswick.
Before the game, I was worried too, so not just Andre. I think everyone is, you know, Brunswick's a very good team. To be honest, I'd love to play either Metro or North Melbourne. You know, both teams I think are brilliant, you know, most respect for, but you know, you want to play in a big game, so.
With Pascoe Vale proceeding to the next round, the neutral fans watched on to see if Essendon could knock out North Melbourne. Of course, the neutrals hoping not to see another El Clasico. We've seen quite a few of them in the past 2 years, North Melbourne and Pascoe Vale purely dominating, just as North Melbourne did in the opening minutes of this one. A very simple finish there from Mirza Petic. It seems as if the premiers of the 2011-12 season were in cruise control within the first few minutes. North Melbourne had had a busy week just past them. They faced Pascoe Vale in the inaugural League Cup final. As I mentioned earlier, that one will be coming to you after the ad break in just a couple of minutes, so froth on to see that one. The FOS Cup, however, they won it last season. They're looking to do the double once again. That is the Premiership and the FOS Cup. Of course, $3,000 prize money at stake. And just when it seemed they had a nice 3-goal cushion, within a matter of minutes, it was first Uda Darwin, then Anthony Hammer, and JJ came agonisingly close just before half-time. The second half, though, well, give Milton Sakos and Spiro Kargas, the managerial team of North Melbourne, a chance to have a word to their lads, and they're always going to string some magic together. It was North Melbourne who came out and once again extended their lead. Essendon, very unlucky not to go on equal terms. A few moments later, Christos Apostolakis just clearing off the line, and then it was Jason Barrientos who seemed to get the game-breaking goal, that one crushing the hearts of the Essendon diehards in the stands. North Melbourne progressing to the next round and on track to get their second FOS Cup title.
Oh no, it was a busy game. After obviously winning the title, you know, we've got the teams on our backs, so it was a good win. You know, had to hustle at the end, so it's a good game.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the inaugural League Cup final, and what a fitting final it is going to be. The two best sides from this season's 2011-12 V-League Premiership going head-to-head in yet another El Clasico, this time $3,000 prize money at stake, and all the pride and glory that comes with being the inaugural League Cup winners. The two teams are stretching near a nice healthy crowd has rolled into Futsalroos as we get all the proceedings underway, as we see Milton Sakos there talking to his superstar player Adam Cooper. Did he not play him to perfection in the semi-final against Metropolitan? Famous scenes here, they will go down as an all-time classic. They haven't won it yet though. They have their old-time nemesis Pasco Val to face tonight. You can see out there how much it means to these teams. North Melbourne, the Invincibles, have full well earned the name the Invincibles, an amazing unbeaten streak they're on, and they have not lost many games in the past year. Pasco Val have Rasozade, Adam Husseini, Mark Capsy Burton, Blackburn, the mercurial one, Mazuski, Palati, De Silva, Andre Caro, and of course Renagi Ingram, all the way down from Queensland. He famously came up through the North Melbourne Vipers training program. North Melbourne have Apostolakis, Cooper, Waterfield, Move, Pedic, Yankovic, Jonathan Barrientos, Anthony Brown, and Jason Barrientos. As I'm joined as we get proceedings underway, it's a stat man. We've seen this game a couple of times, but I say it's very fitting that we look back at the inaugural League Cup. We have the two best teams. That's my two cents, Sadie.
That's fair enough, Neil. They are, for me,
you wanted a Metro Greenbank game, don't lie.
Oh, I don't mind. The best two teams have gotten here, Neil, and that's all it is. And Capsy Burton now, he's under nerves, Caps. Bit of nerves to start the game with Mark Burton.
Are you fair dinkum, stat man? You're talking about New Zealand International out there.
Yeah, a bit of nerves to start the game. Oh no, what's happened there? It's a goal now, they're going to have a handball.
The replay will tell all. Referee George Mamatei out there, he's pretty confident it was handball. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, definitely a handball. Correct decision by our match.
We've seen Kuimu score them a few times, haven't we? The little deflections.
No Sam Bicester tonight, Neil.
Yeah, thanks for agreeing with me, Statman. No Sam Bicester. What can you tell me about that?
I agree with us. Strike out to the upright, Neil. Chris Apostolakis had no idea where that was going.
Classic. Jimmy Blackburn there.
Great turn and shit on the left, Neil.
I like the Blackburn Express out there. Do you like it, Statty?
Love it, Neil.
You can say that about a lot of these Pasco Val players or North Melbourne players, but when you've got 8 or 9 on the bench quality players, like Palati there sliding in, I mean, it's hard to shine, isn't it, Statman?
You're absolutely right, Neil. He still had a good season, but compared to last season, I think it was more dynamite, Andre Caro.
Yes, but expect him to pop up in the important moments. There's no doubt about that. What about
Pedic? What a save by Rusuzadek!
Simply amazing.
We've got the review man just came up the stairs, Neil.
He's struggling to get in a word because me and you were positively frothing.
Oh, the Queensland International has come on!
Review man, as I said, you can't get in a word, can you? A simple word of froth.
No, because I'm here with world-class commentators like the Statman, the poster boy.
Yes, the pin-up boy.
The Silver strike.
Oh!
The Silver with a great strike beyond halfway. Chris Apostolakis equal to the task, Neil.
He didn't even save it. He had no clue. What are you talking about, Statman?
No, he didn't. He got a deflection.
A mean deflection. Very lucky there, the Vipers. And so far, you've got to say, it is all Pasco Val.
Well, boys, that leads me to say, can North Melbourne do it without Fernando and Tiago?
Yes, this is the first
That's
big
a lot
game.
of quality missing out of this North Melbourne.
And Hara Yashina.
Yes, but we all know he's on international duty. Permanent duty.
Oh! Mackenzie Burton!
Talking about international duties, it's the most famous one we have
What
here.
a strike there by Mark Burton. That was hit sweetly.
Capsy,
and again, Christos no chance.
Former goalkeeper of the season, he's going to have a big game on his hands tonight. He is a big game player though, isn't he, Statman?
He sure is, Neil. 2 premierships to his name and an Oz Cup to his name, so he's played in big games.
Caro back post.
Da Silva! That's Jimmy the pack so well. How'd they leave him unattended on the back post? I don't know, Neil. And by the way, Christos was a run-up in the FOS Cup for Michelin too.
He's all the run that he made off Jason Barrientos. Did you see the smile on Milton Sakos's face? He just kind of says, what do you expect me to do? Like you said, perhaps it's good to call a timeout. With that being said, how about the managerial brilliance of Sakos and Kargas last week against Metropolitan?
Yes,
simply amazing scenes.
And this is amazing.
Oh, Andre Caro hits the upright. And those nets are absolutely getting twisted, Statman.
If North Melbourne don't be careful, Neil, this game could be over.
That is true, isn't it? That's an amazing stat. Will tonight be their first night? It's Cooper! Oh, we get excited. Even when he hits it from that distance, Statty, and rightfully so, he scored about 3 last week from around the halfway mark. Simply phenomenal. Why do you have that look on your face?
Simply amazing, Neil.
It's a side ball though, the ball hit the roof, Statman.
Lardy on the pass, Gerald De Silva. Great pass there is, mate, Caro. Can Caro do something special? No, all the way back to Hussein. Back to Caro, turns. Ooh, almost had him there, he turns now. No, body's flying there with a Palati. Mops up the great work set up by Pascoval. Oh, that's 3-0, I think it's game over.
There it is.
There it is, those love hearts. What are these love hearts, Neil?
They're being sent to Grandmama and Grandpapa over in Brazil, Statman, and they'll be watching on with pure joy and elation because it is an amazing 3-goal lead. Renagi Ingram, he's been very vocal out there. He was a controversial transfer, wasn't he, Statman, from North Melbourne Vipers, because he knows this North Melbourne side so well. Cooper tries his luck. They look to capitalise here.
Lovely chip by Caro.
Oh, Mark
Burton almost finished the great work set up by Andre Caro, but it just went over the top, Neil. Great play, Pascoval. Great pass, Andre Caro, which is a bandage! Oh, there's a bandage! Where did that come from, Neil?
From a ridiculous angle, Statman. Counter-attack. That would have been goal of the season, Statman. Plain and simple. It is a hard game to ref out there, Statman. A timeout called, a chance for us to catch our breath.
Which we need to, Neil.
The breath is caught, but the heart rate is still going 100 miles an hour. Oh, El Clasicos, don't we love them? Don't we love this run by Renagi?
Oh, how close was that, Neil? What a clever chip by Renagi Ingram. All the way from Queensland. Neil, unbelievable. He wanted to send us a message.
He flew down today, Statman. It does not appear to be any interstate jet lag there.
Not at all.
He is frothing hard, and this goal would have positively brought the roof down. All class, Statman. Timeout called, and the famous power play, Statman.
He had to do a Milton Sakos. He's got to roll the dice, Neil.
And we saw just a few weeks ago, Statman, it was Armin Azam who came on for Pascoval to do a power play, and they paid the price. Do you remember that, Statman? Yes, when Armin Azam was playing with Pascoval in El Clasico just a few weeks ago in North Melbourne.
Armin Azam wasn't playing.
It was Armin Azam in goals, and they've paid the price either way. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, it worked for him against Metropolitan, and it has absolutely backfired in the worst way possible, especially when the long legs of that famous Argyle face of Husseini is on the end of it, Statman. That is absolutely rubbing some lemon, salt, and tequila in the wounds.
Well, obviously, Neil, 2 times back-to-back premierships. They won the FOS Cup, so...
There's been no love song dedications from Paul Vidic to Milton Sakos, has there?
Not at all.
Tonight there will be none the other way, because it is a 4-0 scoreline with a minute and a half!
With a strike.
Oh, this Pascoval side, what a spectacular effort, Statman.
Unbelievable effort, Neil. What a great effort for both teams, but Pascoval being the better team tonight, Neil, by far. And Caro! Is it Caro? It's Golden Boy De Silva!
Golden Boy, 3 time in a row, 3 time in a row, 3 time in a row!
Oh.
Top goal scorer, Statman!
And I think he won the League Cup Golden Boot too, Neil, I'll just clarify that.
Yeah,
What a player, Guilherme De Silva!
Renagi Ingram out there, Statman. He's flown all the way down. He's going to get his name on the trophy, Statman. And what we always say is, you remember the first winners in Statman, Pascoval.
Congratulations, Pascoval FC, the inaugural League Cup winners. 2-11, 2-12. Unlike in North Melbourne, but boys, I'm sure you'll bounce back.
We'll leave you now, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us for all the Friday night action. It's been a great first inaugural League Cup, some amazing games. Welcome back, viewers. We hope you enjoyed that inaugural League Cup final. What wild scenes here at Futsalroos. Let's go down now to the aftermath and see exactly how those Pascoe Vale lads felt after finally getting one over the Vipers.
Well, no for a quality side, whichever way you look at it. So yeah, absolutely. We knew it was going to be a difficult game right to the end. I think 5-0 flatters us a bit. I don't think it was a 5-0 game. I think when they bring the keeper out at the end, it opened up gaps, and obviously we took advantage of that. But taking nothing away from our performance, thought we played really well.
Well, with Pascoe Vale, it's been perfect. I love the transition. It's been good playing for them, and you guys have accepted it really well. So it's good. It's been good.
Against a great team like North Melbourne, they're always consistent. They always play very well against us. So, but this time we're more lucky than them. We play more confident than them. I think we got a point. We got the grand final.
I feel very good, to be honest. We were looking forward for this game. We were looking forward to this game, and it's always good to play against North Melbourne. It's always a good battle. I'm very happy with the result as well.
You know, players want to play for us, and I think that's the difference. You know, so you can talk about players coming in and out all you want. Players want to play for us, and that's a good thing for our team.
Definitely we done a good job. So in the final we won 5-0. So boys done good in defense, and we scored 5 great goals. So very disappointed because we lost gold medal in V-League, but still we done a good job, silver medals and cup.
At the end of the day, all I can say is I'm very proud of the fellas. Our backs were against the wall going into this game. We've basically been, you know, like I said, the underdogs. All guys stepped up today. Everyone just took a casualty today within the team. No one put themselves under pressure, and everyone concentrated. And I think that was the difference between now and when we lost 3-1 a couple of weeks ago.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. What great scenes they were at Futsalroos. Not exactly the case for North Melbourne. Paran and Ashburton, well, they're the two teams who will go on to face Pascoe Vale in the semi-final for the FOS Cup. Of course, Pascoe Vale have taken out that title 3 times. Paran have taken it out once. They are the inaugural champions, and they're well known for lifting their game when the time is right. And it's exactly what they did on this night. Of course, it was just 1 week ago in league action that Ashburton beaten by 4 goals. So a lot of neutral spectators were out here expecting the Green Machine to cause yet another upset. It just wasn't the case on the night. Even a returning Leonardo Correa just wasn't enough to spark the Green Machine. As I mentioned, Paran lift their game when the time is right. The Frenchman tried all he could. Last week he scored an amazing 5 goals, which helped Ashburton get over the edge. This week, Paran did a good job of shutting him out. These see him scoring a clinical finish. They didn't really give him that space throughout the game, however. And in the start of the second half, it was Marcus Barbosa, probably the most notorious big cup player there is, that kicked off proceedings with an absolute thumping goal. Ashburton never really looked like they were going to equalise. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, Paran now proceed to face Pascoe Vale in the semi-final. What a scintillating clash that's going to be. The winner of those two, well, they'll be facing either North Melbourne, Baldwin or Metropolitan. Well, FOS Cup doesn't just live up to expectations. It seems as though the winning ingredient, though, for Paran is the return of Maxi Avram. They've had a poor end to the season. Maxi Avram, of course, has been out with injury, so perhaps it is the winning key for this Paran side. He has been the heart and soul, but one player who has surely stepped up his game is Marcus Barbosa, the cup specialist himself.
Nah, we're pretty confident. Like, we have the whole group together again, and it's quicker. You know what I mean? We have to perform really hard in the cup because it's only 3 games, so might as well do the best way we can. So we did well tonight. We only have to concentrate on our game, and I guess whoever we play, we're just going to do our best and try to beat them.
With the semi-final next week set up between Pascoe Vale and Paran, fans stuck around and packed the rafters to see Balwyn take on Metro. One of these two teams going on next week to face North Melbourne. Of course, it was Balwyn just a few weeks ago who took on North Melbourne in the preliminary final of the League Cup. Of course, North Melbourne got over the edge just barely. Balwyn feeling that they should have won that, along with a lot of the neutral spectators here. The next week, it was the Sky Blues of Metro who faced North Melbourne in the semi-final for the League Cup. And of course, after closing down a 4-goal lead, North Melbourne were to break their hearts in extra time. So either way, whoever faced the team next week, well, they're hungry for a bit of revenge. After a feast of goals in the first half, it seemed the defences of both teams were non-existent, and the winner of this one would go down to goal-scoring prowess. This one, surely one you've got to click onto our media player just to see the amazing amount of goals that were scored. It is just end-to-end action. A bit of class from Dino Redzepovic pegged back the giant lead that Balwyn had produced at half-time. Both teams are known for their free-flowing futsal, so even though Balwyn maintained a 3 to 4 goal lead throughout the game, the victory was never really in their hands. It was, however, the class of Ivan Zilic who scored an amazing 7 on the night, and Robbie Zedwani who scored 5, along with the rest of the Balwyn lads chipping in like Benny Bodo with some vital goals, which sees them set up for a mouth-watering re-encounter between themselves and the Vipers of North Melbourne.
Actually, I want to play against them, yeah, just with the full team to see if we're going to lose again. But they are top team, my friend. To win against North Melbourne, you really have to have a good day and be lucky too.
There it is, Ivan Zilic and his Balwyn lads living up to expectations, and hasn't round one of the FOS Cup once again lived up to its own expectations. Knockout futsal at its very best. A whopping $3,000 prize money at stake, and during the week, while the 2011-12 premiers North Melbourne were handed their $10,000 prize money for taking out the Holy Grail, the V-League Premiership, another title to add to the trophy cabinet for the Vipers lads. They'll be joined by last season's title along with the FOS Cup. Will they go all the way this season? Perhaps we have another El Clasico on our hands. North Melbourne taking on Pascoe Vale in the final. But as you saw, Balwyn very, very good. And as I've mentioned, Paran, well, they are cup specialists. Ivan Zilic, the king of the mountains so far in the FOS Cup, and rightfully so after scoring a stunning 7. Expect the other names you see there to score a bag in the semi-finals. Get down to 407 Victoria Street, Brunswick to catch all the action firsthand. I guarantee you will not be disappointed, or catch all the extended highlights off our media player at futsalroos.com.au. Of course, the relegation battles, we've been looking forward to them all season long, and so far they have been mouth-watering encounters. On Wednesday night, round 2 clashes will be wrapped up. You'll see who is staying in the V-League, who is coming up, all the brutal action that is the relegation battles. Of course, FC Collingwood, they held that Premiership Cup high. They're heading straight into the V-League Premiership next season. They get automatic qualification because they finished first, and it's second, third and fourth, who you just saw, are taking on the bottom V-League teams. Viewers, thanks once again for joining us. Cup football and relegation football never fails to disappoint. So tune in once again next week to see all the semi-final and relegation action summed up. We'll leave you now, as always, with goal of the week time. It's hard to shine, Chiefy, when you're in a team full of stars.
Well, they are. They're all quality players, good quality play, and what a great job Phil Sackles is doing, keeping such great players all together and hungry.
Oh, that goal by Jason Barrientos. That was a screamer, Neil.
Absolute brilliant. Look at this, flicks it over. Says, I've got a left foot as well, son. Come and follow me.
Brilliant goal.
And keeps diving away like he thought with the Kobe Bulls. Just off the little diving board.
Well, that sums up the night there for Perez. I mean, sends himself into the fence.
That flew our bonus to a bit of a surprise, Neil.
Whoa!
What a strike by Cameron Owens. That was a great goal by the great man.
At this point, Paran are putting Pascoe Vale on notice.
And not much Jimmy Rock could have done about that. That was pigeonhole, Neil.
Yeah, he had the ball in mind, Stan. He just didn't get it. Up on up.
Whoa! Oh, what a straight
Oh, and you wonder why we call him the Cup King? Just watch. Just froth steady. The youngsters tend to go for this Pascoe Vale side. They've got a good junior following.
Yes.
This Brunswick side, though, great support base.
Great support base and a great club, well led by Nick Ignatius. Sharp balls. Funny. Oh no, it's on. Hussein is a performance that come around here. Keep the quiet of Hussein because he could be off. And you could cost the team. Like you cost him a few weeks ago in the premiership.
Ooh, could be game over, Stanley.
Yes, he's got to be careful with him, Hussein.